Nostradamus 2021 predictions. Nostradamus was born in Saint Rémy de Provence, southern France. On December 14th of 1503, he was famous French physician, cabalist, and pharmacist, best known for his book Les Prophéties, its first edition published in 1555. Nostradamus' prophecies are expressed in verses called quatrains. Many of his predictions, such as the rise to power of Adolf Hitler and the Second World War, turned out to be accurate. Nostradamus had written 6,338 prophecies, many of them fulfilled. His prophecies cover a period reaching the years 3797. The secret of his predictions is not known. Nostradamus' quatrains continue to fascinate the world, although they were written almost 5 centuries ago. Over 70% of his prophecies have fulfilled so far. Some of the most dreadful predictions are for the year 2021. Here are some of Nostradamus' predictions for 2021. Zombie apocalypse. A Russian scientist will create a biological weapon and produce a virus that can turn humankind into zombies, and we will all be extinct in the near future. A Russian scientist will create a biological weapon and produce a virus that can turn humankind into zombies, and we will all be extinct in the near future. Few young people half dead to give a start, dead through soot. Evil cause the others to shine, and in exalted places, some great evils to occur. Sad concepts will come to arm each one. Temporal dignified, the mass to succeed, fathers and mothers dead of infinite sorrows, women in mourning, the pestilent she-monster, the great one to be no more, all the world to end. A famine of biblical proportions. Nostradamus predicted that the first signs of the end of the world would be famine, earthquakes, different illnesses, and epidemics, which are already happening more frequently. The coronavirus pandemic from 2020 represents the beginning of a series of unfavorable events which will affect the world's population. The famine that lurks is one the world had never faced before. A catastrophe of huge proportions will throw us back in history, and a great part of the world population will not be able to overcome this curse. After great trouble for humanity, a greater one is prepared. The great mover renews the ages. Rain, blood, milk, famine, steel, and plague. Is the heavens' fire seen? A long spark running. Starting from 2020, after 248 years, Saturn in Capricorn united its foes with Pluto, which is also in Capricorn, in the remarkable conjunction that will change the fate of the world. Saturn in Capricorn is responsible for social hierarchies, state power, authority, functions, and status. And this is what the conjunction with the Pluto, the planet of death, destruction, and reconstruction, triggered. The Muslims will lead the world, and the Danube of the Rhine will come to drink. The great camel, not repenting it, cock will ruin him. The camel is the Arab population that lives all over Europe, especially in France and Germany, or the wave of immigrants that is currently at the door of our continent. Also, the demography experts warn that the Muslims will conquer the EU in the next decades, without having to fire a single gun. On the one hand, due to the great number of Muslim immigrants and refugees, on the other hand, due to Europeans having fewer and fewer children. Because of French discord and negligence, an opening shall be given to Mohammedans. The land and the sea of Siena will be soaked in blood, and the port of Marseilles covered with ships and sails. Solar storms 2021 will be quite a significant year in terms of major global events. Great solar storms will take place, which could cause some major damages to the earth. Nostradamus supposedly warned, "We shall see the water rising and the earth falling under it. The harmful effects of the climate changes will then lead to many wars, and will hit the earth, or it will come very close to terror. This event will cause earthquakes and other natural disasters, which can be concluded from the quatrain. In the sky, one sees fire and long trail of sparks. Other interpretations of this quatrain assert that it refers to a great asteroid that will hit the earth. Once it enters the Earth's atmosphere, the asteroid will heat up, appearing in the sky like a great fire. NASA announced that a huge asteroid is likely to hit the Earth in the next years after the American agency emits alerts daily. Only this time it is something more serious. An asteroid called 2009 KF1 has chance to hit the Earth on May 6th of 2021. The NASA coming to this conclusion following analysis regarding its trajectory. NASA claims that this asteroid has the power to hit the Earth with an equivalent of 230 kilotons of TNT explosive force, which means 15 times more than nuclear bomb detonated by Americans over Hiroshima in 1945. A devastating earthquake will destroy California, according to the interpretation of quatrain written by Nostradamus. An extremely powerful seism will destroy California in 2021. Nostradamus predicts that a great earthquake will hit the New World, the Western lands, and the California is the logical place where it might happen. According to the astrologers, Mercury in Sagittarius, Saturn fading, the following date when the planet Mars and Saturn will be in this position on the sky will be on November 25th of 2021. Nostradamus quatrain, the sloping park, great calamity through the lands of the West and the Lombardy, the fire in the ship plague and captivity, Mercury in Sagittarius, Saturn fading. The American soldiers will have brain chip implants. The American soldiers will be turned into a kind of cyborgs, at least at the brain level, to save the human race. The chip should offer us the necessary digital intelligence to progress beyond the limits of biological intelligence. This could mean that we will incorporate artificial intelligence into our bodies and brains. The newly made one will lead the army, almost cut off up to the near the bank. Help from the Milanese elites training. The Duke deprived of his eyes in Milan in an iron cage. Pope Francis will bring people closer to the church, regardless of how many years. Pope Francis will remain the leader of the Catholic Church. He will leave behind a gracious and deeply impressive legacy. The church will become a lifeboat for more and more people. We need to take care of everyone, especially the poorest, the weakest, the least important, the hungry, the thirsty, the stranger, the naked, the sick, and those in prison, said Pope Francis. Conclusions. A prophet is, properly speaking, one who sees distant things through a natural knowledge of all creatures, and it can happen that the prophet bringing about the perfect light of prophecy may make manifest things both human and divine. Nostradamus in a letter to his son Khazar. Nostradamus quatrains include many disturbing predictions, based both on the knowledge of Nostradamus as a human being and the dangerous era he lived. The 8 prophecies of 2021 reveals fragments of what the alchemist predicted for our world.